In 2017, one Roblox game's community crashed overnight. With players losing millions in virtual wealth. This is the story of Murder Mystery 2. What's up, guys? It's Bloxypedia here, and today I'll be talking about Murder Mystery 2. So enough of the yap, let's dive right in. January 18th, 2014. A dev named Nicholas took Roblox by storm by uploading a simple game called Murder Mystery. It was inspired by a popular Garry's Mod game mode called Murder. The game's concept? One player becomes the murderer, whose goal is to eliminate everyone. Another player becomes the sheriff, whose goal is to stop the murderer and save the innocents. And everyone else is just trying to survive. Within just 1 month, Murder Mystery broke into Roblox's front page. In just 80 days, the game earned 8.3 million visits. Nicholas unexpectedly won 2 Bloxy Awards in 2014 for Game of the Year and Most Visited Game of the Year. But success brought competition. Other devs noticed the hype and created their own versions, like the Mad Murderer, Dank Murderer, and more. Exploiters plagued the original game, updates slowed down. Nicholas realized he had to do something drastic. So in December 2014, he replaced the entire game with a sequel, Murder Mystery 2. A complete overhaul with better graphics, more maps, and a focus on something that would change the course of MM2 forever. By 2016, something interesting started happening. Big YouTubers like Creekcraft, Flamingo, and Denny discovered MM2. With their influence, the game's player count exploded from 500 daily players to over 8,000. That's 16 times the usual player count. And with that much traction, the game wasn't just about survival anymore. It was about status, about collecting the rarest, toughest weapons in the game. During that time, Nicholas introduced weapon rarities: common, uncommon, rare, legendary, and the ultimate flex, godlies. Now, godlies could only be obtained by purchasing special packs with Robux or unboxing them from mystery boxes, which obviously had extremely low odds. Weapons like Chroma Darkbringer, Chroma Lightbringer, and the incredibly rare Corrupt Knife were also introduced. Then came the truly exclusive item, Nick's Scythe, a weapon so rare that only Nicholas himself and maybe a few devs could give it away. It was so rare that before 2017, only around 50 to 63 players owned a Corrupt Knife. These items weren't just cosmetics, they were investments. And with that, a trading economy emerged. Players spent hours negotiating trades or using third-party value lists to determine what each weapon was worth. Then came February 2017, and Murder Mystery 2 became the most visited game on all of Roblox, surpassing 500 million visits. For months, it dominated the platform until Meep City eventually overtook it in July. But by then, MM2 had established itself as a top dog. The game had regular updates with new maps and exclusive weapons for every holiday and special event. Everything seemed good, but behind the scenes, something dark was brewing. Players discovered a glitch. Using an alt account and a specific trading method, you could duplicate weapons. At first, only a few people knew about it. They kept it secret, quietly duplicating rare godlies and building massive inventories. But word got out. By late 2017 and into 2018, duping exploded across the community. The ultra-rare Corrupt Knife that only 50 people owned, suddenly thousands of copies flooded the market. Weapons like the Chroma Darkbringer crashed to just 1% of their value. An economy that players spent years building collapsed. Players who worked hard trading their way to valuable inventories watched their collections become worthless overnight. The psychological impact was devastating, making people leave the game. Those who could dupe gained what they called the power, basically the ability to have anything they wanted. But for everyone else, it felt like their investments had been wiped out in a single stock market crash. Nicholas was forced to act. trading servers shut down temporarily. He implemented strict measures where anyone caught with more than 20 corrupt knives faced an immediate ban. Players like Slaus volunteered to help and began collecting duped items to return them to Nikilis for permanent deletion. Mass bans swept through the community. The fear was real. If you had over 100 knives in your inventory, you desperately tried to give them away. Terrified you'd be mistaken for a duper and banned. This all went down during May 2018, which many consider the darkest period in MM2 history. But after some dev tweaks, the glitch eventually got patched. Some items, like Corrupt Knife, slowly regained their value as duped copies got banned. But others, like Handsaw, never recovered. RIP Handsaw, the economy stabilized, but the trust? That took much longer to rebuild. New items were added to help restore balance, but the damage was done. The game's reputation took a massive hit, with Nikilis facing heavy criticism for not preventing the dupes in the first place. But can you really blame the guy? I mean, glitches and bugs happen. Instead of becoming a ghost town, Murder Mystery 2 survived. Because despite the scandal and duping, the core gameplay loop was still addictive. Then came May 25th, 2019. Nikilis released Season 1, which was a massive update that reshaped the game. A single update made MM2 hit a record 65,000 concurrent players. The trading economy began healing, new rarities were introduced, including ancient tier weapons, and players slowly returned. By October 2020, a Halloween update pushed the game to 111,200 concurrent players, its highest ever at that point. As of 2023 and continuing into 2025, MM2 consistently maintains over 95,000 concurrent players daily. The game has evolved far beyond its origins. Today, Murder Mystery 2 sits at over 22.5 billion visits, with 19.6 million favorites and 8 million likes. Dang, these numbers are making me dizzy. The trading economy transformed into something resembling a stock market, with dedicated value list websites like MM2 Values, Supreme Values, and others tracking every item's worth. It's so wild that players use specialized trade calculators and Discord servers to negotiate deals worth thousands of seers, which was the community's currency. They also brought in 2 other game modes, Disguises and Assassin. Maps got expanded to include detailed and nostalgic environments, with Mansion 2 being my favorite. Pets got added as tradable collectibles too, which I hope won't cause future troubles. But aside from that, MM2 became more than a game. It became a virtual economy simulation where supply, demand, hype, and influencers had enough impact to create a constantly fluctuating market, practically turning try-hard teens into Piers Morgan. It's so funny that some players treat it like day trading, buy low and sell high, or is it the other way around? While others are collectors, trying to own every variant of their favorite weapon. But it's undeniable that Murder Mystery 2's story is one of triumph, tragedy, and revival. From a simple Garry's Mod-inspired game to one of Roblox's most enduring titans, it survived hackers, exploiters, economic collapse, and community backlash. We could call it Mahoraga at this point. Anime fans back me up. Nikilis, the developer who started it all on the 18th of January 2014, continues to update the game over a decade later. The game that once had just 1,000 daily players in its first month now hosts over 95,000 concurrent players every single day. It pioneered the murder mystery genre on Roblox, inspiring countless imitators but never being truly replaced. The duping scandal of 2017 to 2018 could have killed the game permanently, but instead, it emerged stronger with a more sophisticated economy and a community that learned the value of authenticity. Whether you're a veteran trader with godly inventories or a new player trying to survive your first round as an innocent, Murder Mystery 2 represents something special in Roblox history. But with all that said, what's your MM2 story or take? And what video would you like me to talk about next? Drop them all in the comments and be sure to like and subscribe or you'll get scammed! Just kidding, but please subscribe. Well, that's all for today, and I'll see you in the next one.